If you're sitting at home thinking that you can't make a difference in the world, my next guest may change your mind. Recently, she found a creative way to turn her passion for saving the rainforest into a successful business that not only protects our planet, but adds a little beauty to our lives as well. Please welcome Peggy Farabaugh. You know, your passion is the rainforest. Your business is in Vermont. There's not exactly the big rainforest of Vermont. You know, how'd you connect the two?
Well, as you know, Vermont's a very wooded state. We have
Right.
the Green Mountain Forest. And when my children were little, we spent a lot of time there and also researching other forests in the world. And that's when we discovered the plight of the rainforest.
Yeah, that plight being that it's disappearing at just an alarming rate from both natural and non-natural causes.
Exactly. They estimate that it's disappearing at a rate of 1 football field per second. So
Man.
it is home to half of the world's species. Even though it's only 2% of the surface of the planet, it's a very important part of our ecosystem.
Yeah, and some of those species we're still just now discovering.
Exactly.
So we don't know what we've already lost and what that
Exactly.
means to the entire food chain, the food web, or even if you want to be more exploitative, what kind of medicines that might have given us.
Right.
All that stuff. We use a lot of stuff from the rainforest.
We do. We rely on the rainforest for many things. One of them is wood. And that's the place where we thought we could make a difference. How is the wood coming out of the rainforest? And how can we think of alternatives?
Right,
So,
and I mean, what are those alternatives? I guess if you don't want to use wood from the rainforest, you have to use it from somewhere else.
right. And we think American-made wood is just the right place to go for your furniture and flooring. We, in America, our forests are growing at a faster rate than we're harvesting them. So that's one definition of sustainability right there.
Yeah, definitely. And what are some of the main U.S. forest woods that we should be looking for if we decide to make that choice?
Sure, I brought some. Cherry is one. This one is walnut and oak and maple. And those are the top woods that we can use in the United States that are very well protected.
Yeah, and they're so different from each other. I mean, you can really find so many different styles and you can do so many different things with them.
Right.
It almost seems silly to go elsewhere if you
Right.
can do it correctly here. And is it because the U.S. has better legislation protecting it, or is it
It
just
is.
our land?
It is. We have better legislation and we have the money to enforce that legislation, whereas rainforests generally are in very poor countries and they're subject to corruption in the timber trade. There's not enough money to monitor them.
Gotcha. All right, our home audience pretty interested in this. Mary, what are they saying?
Yeah, absolutely. We have Susie in Colorado who brings up a good point. How do you use a forest sustainably? It still seems like you're cutting down trees, and most people associate that with being a really bad thing.
Sure, that's a good question. We have foresters that help to manage the forest that we take wood from. And so a tree might take anywhere from, say, 10 to 60 years to grow. But the foresters monitor that and they make sure that they take the right number and the right species of trees so that the forest will be here for generations.
Is there a watchdog group or anything like that that kind of watches the whole process?
There's an international watchdog called the Forest Stewardship Council. It's the
Okay.
FSC. And we look for that, and that's something for viewers to be aware of when they buy furniture or flooring or anything made from the forest. Look and see if it's FSC certified.
Okay, and then you wanted to protect the rainforest in your own way, and so you started this company,
Right.
Vermont Woods Studios, correct?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that company.
Okay, our furniture is all built in Vermont from American woods, and it's handcrafted in traditional ways, and we take some of the profits, quite a few of the profits from our company, and we invest them in non-profits that are working to save the rainforest and the animals that live there.
Yeah, it's just great. So not only are you giving back to people that want to have, you know, the other choice by having that other wood and that other furniture on the market, but you're also giving the profits back to companies that are trying to protect down there. So it's just
Right.
great.
It's a part of our mission, and the other part of our mission is to help preserve the tradition of handcrafted furniture in the United States, and particularly in Vermont. Vermont is the fine furniture capital of the country, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of that, so we're trying to raise awareness.
All right, well, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for the information and for trying to protect the rainforests along the way. If you want any more information on Vermont Woods Studios and to learn how you can help protect the rainforest, go to our website, weather.com/lightningrod. Don't go away. There's more of us coming back after this.